Bang!
You
Here we go,
go,
baby!
you see what's back?
You already know.
Thirsty Thursdays. I miss doing this, bro.
Yeah, Thirsty
Been a
Thursdays.
minute.
Thirsty
Been
Thursdays
a
is definitely lit.
minute.
Definitely lit.
We've been having guests on. We've been having guests on. We had Mateo Gardner. He had the top ape on here. We had White Lion, James White Lion, partner on here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Like,
did.
bro, we've been having some guests, dog. Hey, I don't even want to say who we got on next, but you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. The elevation is there. And in America,
Yeah.
the world, I'm not trying to be a snob, cousin. I'm not trying to be a snob. But they some pros. You know what I'm saying? They some pros though. And we got some more pros in the cut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But we're
Very
just
proud
moving
of
up
that,
in the
cousin.
world, man. There's no shade to the amateurs and stuff that we have had on our shows.
No, we
'Cause
love
we got
y'all.
love for y'all. I'm an amateur fighter myself, so you
Yeah.
know we got love for y'all.
No,
But I'm
we
just
got
saying,
mad
man, we
love.
just proud of our elevation, dog.
Yeah.
We getting some big names on here now.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Like,
are.
damn.
We really are. Hey, yo,
So
cousin, before
yo,
I forget. Wait, cousin, before I forget. You know it's keeping it blunt. We might offend somebody. Gotta get a disclaimer.
oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Gotta get a
listen,
disclaimer.
listen. I plan on offending somebody. It's not we might. I'm gonna.
It is keeping it blunt. Thirsty Thursdays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, so cousin, listen. Me and you was talking. I don't know if you remember, right? And we was like, bro, we've been busy. We've been doing like these interviews, but like we couldn't skip out on 314. Am I right? Couldn't do it.
Bro. It was one of the better cards. I say I could confidently say it's the best card since UFC 300. So in the
I
past
mean,
14
yeah,
pay-per-views.
because it was like stacked heavy, dude.
Yeah, bro, it was good. It was good from the prelims all the way through, bro. All the way through, it was good.
Cousin, where you want to
Yeah.
start? There's so much to talk
So
about. Where
look,
you want to start?
we're gonna go in order from from the prelims. There was a female fight that I didn't write down. I kind of missed that one. It was like the very first fight. I was still kind of getting my stuff together. I kind of missed that one. It was like the very first fight. I was still kind of getting my stuff together. But from what I've seen in like the highlights and stuff, I didn't really miss much. So we're gonna start with Marco Tulio versus Trayshawn Gore.
Now I missed that.
Yo,
I missed that. I came
listen,
in a little later in the prelims around like 9. Yeah, around
nah,
9.
listen,
So
listen. Go back and watch that.
yeah.
Go back and watch that. Listen, Trayshawn Gore won the Ultimate Fighter. Well, no, technically he didn't win. There was some technicality, but he made it to the finals and then got injured and didn't get a chance to fight in the finale. But and then he ended up getting, you know how like some fighters that don't make it, they still get a low UFC contract and they still end up getting in the UFC. He ended up on that boat, but he made it to the finale and didn't get a chance to fight. He then I think he would have won that fight anyway because he was running through people in that show. So that I say that to say this: Trayshawn Gore is really good,
Okay.
and Marco Tulio, who I haven't seen fight before this, he only has I think this is his second or third fight in the UFC,
Mhm.
and he looked amazing. He looked like a vet,
So
boy.
what was he doing? Like was his stand up was dope? His because because
Yeah,
America in the
yo,
World, I didn't see it. I missed it. So was it the
he
stand
looked
up,
like
the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? What was it?
he looked like a middleweight version of Mauricio Rufy.
Oh yeah, I know you like
I'm
Rufi.
talking about flashy striking, spinning heel kicks, fucking everything. He had everything. He picked him apart. He couldn't do nothing. Trayshawn couldn't do nothing. He little boyed him, and that goes a lot. That's why I had to up Trayshawn first because I had to show like the levels to this. Like you ain't. He didn't do that to no can. He did that to somebody who's nice,
Yeah.
and he
Little
picked him
boy them.
apart, bro. He looked really, really, really good.
Okay.
So he after the fight, he called out Marvin Vittori, which Marvin Vittori is like top five, I think. If not, he's like I know he's top 10 for sure.
Think it'll be a good fight?
What? This is third fight or second fight in the UFC. I think it's third. This is third fight in the UFC.
And he's already calling
And
out
like
top
you already,
ranked
yeah, that's what
opponents.
I'm saying. You already, I don't know, dog. I don't know, but it, by the performance that he gave, I can't take it from him.
It's
I
quite
can't say he
ambitious.
don't deserve it, but yeah, it is quite ambitious. It is quite ambitious.
You know how Dana be.
Uh,
Sometimes he down for the good stuff. Sometimes he
and
fights.
in his favor, the middleweight division is not one of the stacked divisions. It's not lightweight. It's not featherweight. You know what I mean? Like it's not bantamweight. Even bantamweight is looking better than middleweight right now.
Right.
But and that's crazy because the lighter weight classes used to like get shitted on a lot.
Those guys can move, man. They can move so much. It's like they're more. I feel like the smaller the guy, the more exciting the fight should be.
Dana was gonna cut a couple of those classes.
Well, I'm glad he didn't. Okay, cousin, who's next? Who we got
All
next?
right, Cedric Dumas versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk.
Ooh, those names sound crazy. What happened? What
I
happened?
nailed that shit though. I nailed that shit.
He
No, you're
did
not
know that
gonna.
shit. He was like, "Bing!" right out the park, baby.
All right, so look, Dumas, he's been a mid card to lower card fighter his entire career, and this he's got some nice knockouts, which explains why he's in the UFC and why he's still in the UFC, why he has a little bit of longevity. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's exciting when he
Okay.
does perform, but he doesn't perform all the time. And the other night was that was the case. He uh, he got overwhelmed early, couldn't bounce back. He took about 20 unanswered shots on
Ooh.
ground and pound, but they weren't clean shots in his favor because he protested the stoppage. So they weren't clean shots, but he wasn't advancing position. They were unanswered.
Well, I mean, hey, that's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? He wasn't, but if you want to get technical in the definition of the rules, he was intelligently defending himself because he wasn't allowing the shots to connect. You know what I'm saying? He was covering up.
Right. Right.
But he wasn't moving, and they weren't connecting. And I guess he was like waiting for him to tire out and stop swinging, and it didn't happen soon enough. The ref was like, "Yeah, enough." So that happened. Next,
Next.
Darren, the Damage Elkins. I'm a big fan of his, even though he's also a mid card fighter. And I don't like the term journeyman because they're all on the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Like we're
For
all on
sure.
a journey.
Until you
You know what
get
I'm saying?
gold, and then the next journey is trying to keep the gold for as long as you can.
Even as a champion. Look,
That's what I'm
I can
saying.
say Alexander Volkanovski was a journeyman, and his journey was a fucking champion. Like,
Yeah, yeah, no, that's what
and
I'm saying.
he ran his journey as a
Yeah,
champion. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
And then the
anyway,
next journey was keeping the champion, was keeping the belt.
exactly. You know
You
what I'm
know?
saying?
So
But anyway, but Darren Elkins, he was a mid card fighter, and he fought Julian Erosa, Juicy J,
Juicy
my dog.
J.
I've been watching him. I've been a fan since the Ultimate Fighter. I forget what season he was on, but anyway, I've been a
Juicy
fan since
J.
then. And he's also been a mid card fighter, but lately he's been showing a little pizzazz, for lack of
Oh,
better words.
so he's getting a little more flashy with his
Oh
stuff.
yeah, and he's getting nice, bro. He's been putting dudes out.
Okay.
So I'm liking it. And uh, the other night was no different. He put him out, nice clean left hand, caught him coming in,
Okay.
and knocked him out first round TKO.
Boom.
But before that, he caught him with an up kick, and it looked like Darren Elkins might have recovered, but yeah, he never came back from that up kick.
So, cousin, quick question: was that the first like KO of the night, or no? It was the first fight. Was that
No, the
submission?
first KO of the night was Tresean Gore.
Okay.
Marco Tulio versus Tresean
Okay.
Gore.
That was
Yeah, he
okay.
took him out.
So we got a knockout. We got
Knockout. We got two
a stoppage.
TKOs.
A
Uh-huh.
stoppage.
There was a decision somewhere in between there that I didn't write down because it was a boring fight, and We're not here for that. We're not here to talk
Not
about
here
one
for
fight.
that. Right,
So
America in the world. We're only here for the action.
what's up? What's up? But anyway, so call me a casual if you want. Fuck you. But
Casual
anyway,
Thursdays.
next fight,
Casual Thursdays.
Jim Miller, the great
Pause.
Jim
Jim Miller was on the
motherfucking
card.
Miller.
I didn't even realize Jim Miller was on the card.
Jim fucking Miller
Did he
versus
win?
Chase
Please tell
Hooper.
me he won.
Nah, he's fighting the prodigy, bro. Chase Hooper, dog.
Oh, was it a
That
good
shit was
fight
good,
though?
bro. It was an amazing fight. But you see, that's how you know I'm not a fucking casual because the casuals wouldn't even like this fight because it was a jiu-jitsu chess match and they were fucking pretzeling each other like the whole match. They were like,
A little auntie aunties.
yeah, definitely not the fight you want your mom to walk in while you're watching. But yo, nah,
Rubbing
like all jokes
sausage.
aside, it was a
Rubbing
fucking.
sausage.
Speaking of, yo, that's funny you say that because this nigga Chase Hooper after the fight, he was like that he didn't put up the performance that he wanted to because he spent too much time gooning the whole camp. You know what gooning is, right? That's that kid slang. You know what that is, right?
I think so. What is it?
Gooning, for those who don't know out there, like this is keeping it blunt, so I'm gonna keep it blunt. Gooning is jerking off.
Oh shit. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So he spent too much time gooning this camp. That's why he didn't look his best performance. But he still came away with the dub against legendary Jim Miller. Most fights in UFC history. You know what I'm saying? I think he got like what, 40 something, 50 fights in fucking UFC.
Jim's the man. Like I don't even care that he lost. He will always be the man to me. So whoever has something bad to say about that, beat it.
Bird. That nigga he's still the man. And he took him to a decision. Like Chase Hooper's a jiu-jitsu prodigy. He could have and he was in a lot of advantageous positions
Right.
during that match, and he couldn't finish Jim Miller. So like that just goes to show like he's still hanging with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And once you can't hang, that's when it's time to hang it up. But he's still hanging.
Still hanging. So Jim Miller lost. Unfortunately, we still love him. We're glad. What was the other guy? The Chosen, right? The Chosen,
No,
the Prodigy.
I don't know if that's his nickname. I call him the prodigy, but
Oh,
Chase
well,
Hooper.
Chase Hooper. We love you,
That
Chase.
should be his nickname.
He's the guy with the little curly hair, right, Chase?
Yeah, young cat. He's like looks so innocent. He looks like
Good for
fucking
him.
Michael Sarah.
Good for him. Good for him. Well, that's what's up.
So
Next.
next is my heartbreaker of the night, man. Yan Xiaonan, the Chinese chick.
That was
She
next.
lost. Yeah,
Okay, so that's the parlay mess up.
yeah, man. She fucked up my parlay. But I'm not even. You know what, bro? I'm not even heard about the parlay. It was a little $10, whatever. I mean, I could have won like 300 off it, but still.
AKA hurt.
You know, I'm using the money moicano method, the money moicano mentality. He said you could only the thing about gambling is you could win 1,000% of your money, but you could only lose 100%.
Word. Word.
So boom, I lost
So,
100% of my $10.
so I seen that fight. I thought that fight was amazing. She tapped her out, didn't she? From her stand correctly?
No, it went to a decision,
Oh,
but
decision. Oh, right,
she
decisions.
got real close. She got saved by the bell at one end. I think the second round, or second, yeah, I think the second round.
Was it an
Jan
armbar?
got saved
Armbar?
by the bell.
Armbar?
I don't remember correctly to be honest. I don't want to
Okay.
say and then not be right.
Yeah, okay. But I remember that fight. That was a good fight. That was
It
the
was
one
a good
where
fight.
the Uriah Faber was in the Chinese ladies corner.
Yes. And Yanderova just fucking wrestle fucked her the whole fight, bro.
Oh yeah, that was a good fight
She
though.
couldn't do shit. She could not get her striking off, and that's her strong suit, her fucking taekwondo and shit.
Right, right.
So
She
that's
shut
what
that
happened
down.
with that. She shut that shit down and held it down the whole match, and she couldn't really do much.
So let me ask you this question. My girl, man, guys, I've been working long night, long day, excuse me, so I'm sorry. The champion, what's her name? That's my girl.
Valentina Shevchenko?
No, 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 no. The Chinese one.
Oh, Zhang Wei Li.
Zhang Wei Li. Thank you, cousin. So, but I feel like I mean, she shut down, the Brazilian shut down her game plan, but I just feel like she looked better fighting Zhang Wei Li, even though she lost, than she did that night. Would you agree or
Because
disagree?
Zhang Wei Li strike with her.
Right. Okay, right. She played her
And
game and
yeah, she
outplayed
played
her.
her game. Of course, she's
Okay.
gonna look good. She's playing her game.
Okay.
But Jandaroba is now owed a title shot against Zhang Wei Li.
Oh yeah?
And yeah. So she just beat the number one contender, which was
Oh yeah,
Nan.
yeah, yeah. Duh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So,
think Zhang Weili still wins. That's my girl.
oh yeah, I think so
I'll
too.
let
I
you,
think
boy.
she's too strong. She's way too strong. She's not gonna be able to. Jandaroba, I don't think is gonna be able to hold her down like that.
No.
Yeah, she's
No.
way too strong. She's way too well rounded.
Yes, I agree with that. Okay.
But
So now we're going what, Dan Ige?
Dan, 50K,
So
Dan
I'm just
50K.
gonna so Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off the cut, okay? I feel like that was a bad stop. It was a bad call by the referee. What do you
I
think?
don't know, dog. I don't
What?
know. I
He was
don't
going
know.
like this.
But you gotta answer. You
He
cannot
stood
take
up. He's
unanswered
about to
shots.
answer. He was right there.
I like, bro.
Yes, like when he was down here, right? Look, when he was down here, cousin, right? The phone was ringing. And then when he stood up, he went to grab the phone. He was gonna answer, cousin.
Yo,
You don't
I
think
don't know.
so?
I've been taking referee courses
Okay.
because I'm about to start refereeing for the same league that I fight in. 'Cause,
Okay.
I ain't no spring chicken. I'm 34 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm 34 and a half about to be.
Right, right, right.
So anyway, but
You about to pull
I'm a little
Chris, what's his name? Chris with the red hair?
just leaving,
Yeah, you
just
about to pull
leaving.
a Chris leaving off?
Straight up. I'm still gonna fight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But on my off days, I'm a ref, and so I've been taking courses for that, and I've been watching these fights through a little bit of a different lens lately, and I don't know, man. Like they stress in these courses, like you're there to protect the fighter, bro. You gotta like if if somebody gets hurt and it's like not in the course of action, like something you could have prevented, it's on you. Like
I don't know.
I don't know some of these guys, and that's speaking from a ref perspective, but speaking from a fighter perspective, like if I'm not fucking out, don't stop this fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was ready to rock and roll. Like he
I
wasn't even
want, I like
bleeding. He wasn't even bleeding.
if my eyes are still fucking looking forward and not rolled to the back of my head, that means I still have a chance to fight. I'm still fighting. I'm still coming back. I'm still, I'm still in this shit.
Right. No, I don't
So I
disagree.
feel that, but like I said, I'm on the fence because I look from both lenses. And my nigga, if you don't want that to happen, you need to get the fuck up.
Shout out
Bernard Christie.
Bernard Christie. Shout him out
Bernard Christie.
cause that messed up his parlay.
Yeah. So we both got parlay killers on there.
Both got parlay killers. All right, next.
Next, all right. Woo!
Wait a minute. I've been waiting for this.
Nikita Krylov
Uh-huh.
versus Dominique Reyes.
And let me tell you something. Reyes look good, man.
Reyes look great, bro.
Reyes look good, man.
Reyes look like the Reyes that beat John Jones.
Of the old. Yeah, I think he
And
won that
I'm
fight,
gonna
but
get a lot of shit for saying that.
no, I agree with you. I think he won that John Jones fight, honestly.
I don't. I feel like you gotta beat the champ to beat the champ, nigga. You gotta beat the champ. Like,
I feel like he won that fight.
uh,
But you know what? I'll go back and I'll watch it and maybe I'll change my mind. But from when I saw it,
yeah, that's
I
fair because I
remember,
haven't watched it in years too. So you know what
yeah, I
I'm saying. I might
feel
want
like
to
he
do my
won
research
that
on
fight.
it too.
I feel like they gave it to John Jones because he's John Jones.
I mean, when you fighting John Jones,
I guess.
like,
Quick pivot, not to make it anything America in the World too fat, too long here, but did y'all hear America in the World that supposedly John Jones is supposed to be fighting in PFL as well as UFC? Did you hear about that? Supposed to be fighting
listen,
Ngannou or
y'all,
Nangoon?
you forgot who still run the UFC?
No, but I'm just that's the
Yeah,
news. So he
you
said.
think you think your uncle gonna let that slide?
So wait, pause. So you think is I fell for clickbait again?
You think your uncle is gonna let that slide? You think
50
good old
million.
Uncle Dana is gonna let his cash cow go graze in another farm?
They saying they talking 50 million. I think,
You
I
think
think. Hey, no, here's what I think. To answer your question, I think if anything, Jones is using it as a bargaining piece to get what he wants. He wants the FU money.
and not just go graze in another field because he let Conor McGregor go graze in another field
He
and he
really
was a cash
did.
cow too. But the direct competition to you, that's like WWF. Like I say F because that's back in the day, like the Attitude Era.
You're
That's
right.
like WWF
F for
in its
Faison.
fucking in its prime and glory, lending Stone Cold Steve Austin to WCW.
Listen, I don't disagree. I'm just trying to throw it out there, see if anybody heard about it. That's all.
Like, yeah, you could use him for your event, for your main event. Like,
I mean,
fuck
it's
you.
possible.
You think I'm gonna bring you ratings? You think I'm gonna bring you like yo, Francis Ngannou versus John Jones will be probably the most sold MMA fight of all time.
I agree. I agree. Look, I don't want to get too
You think he's
far.
gonna let that go under PFL banner?
I,
Hell no.
just real quick, and then we can get right back to Reyes. It'd be cool if we could do like a DC Marvel crossover, like a UFC PFL crossover.
Dana too stubborn. I would love that too, but Dana too
Dana
stubborn.
is stubborn. He's a stubborn man. So
And UFC, it makes no sense because just like Marvel will crush DC. Oh yeah, come for me in the comments. I
pause.
said it.
Pause. You said Marvel will crush DC.
Just like Marvel will crush DC,
Pause.
UFC is crushing everything around it. Listen, there's levels to this shit, man. And then
Not one,
there's
but
top
pause.
dogs for a reason. There's top dogs for a reason. So use that comparison again. Marvel is WWF. DC is WCW.
Pause. DC is not WCW. But listen, Dominic Reyes, I believe he had a left hook knockout.
Yes,
That joint
caught
was
him,
sick.
caught him in the middle of his
Boom.
of his own left, and he got there first.
Boom.
So the last thing Nikita Krylov remembers was like, oh, I'm about to knock his ass.
That's it. That's it. Okay, so Dominic Reyes, awesome fight. We're glad to see you back. I saw something you posted
That's three KOs in a row
in a row.
after losing by KO three
Four in a
times in a row.
four in a row, right?
No, by KO three times in a row.
No, I mean he lost.
He lost four in a row,
Yeah.
but he lost by KO three times in a row.
Okay. So he's come back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah,
Glad to
amazing.
see him. Who's next?
Oh, yo,
Talk to me.
you see how many times I've had this reaction? That's how you know it's a good card.
It's a good card, dude. The card was just fantastic.
Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva.
Bro.
Yo,
That dude funny.
yo.
Dude,
RIP
we
Bryce
got
Mitchell,
10 minutes, bro. We got 10 minutes.
All right, man. RIP Bryce Mitchell. He couldn't hang. He had nothing for Gene Silva.
Nothing.
He
Naked.
had nothing for Gene Silva, and I hate to say it because I'm a Bryce Mitchell fan. I love Bryce Mitchell, and I just listened to a couple of his raps today. That nigga got bars.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm dead ass.
Okay.
I gotta send it to you.
You
got
do.
bars. Yo, he was talking about moving coke and all that shit. I'm like, oh, hello, Bryce. Yo, that nigga said I could get a pound and put it in the attic, nigga. Like, because I know how to make that money stack. Like, here we go. Hey, anyway.
So we'll touch on that.
You don't want. All right, if it was a rap battle, Bryce Mitchell would have ate him alive.
Yeah, I'm from Arkansas, fought through the dark and saw light at the end of the tunnel. My energy's funneled, my enemies talking, they chuckle. I don't give a fuck, ain't no need to rebuttal. They look in my eyes and they know I won't buckle. Been from the jungle, I've been down a rumble. Give me the microphone, I'll keep it humble. And give me the weight and I ain't on a fumble. That's a bad habit I learned out in Cabot. I'll go get a pound and put it in the attic. If I need some money, then I'ma go grab it. it's sporadic. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been living lavish. I'm straight out the trailer.
But it wasn't.
It was
an
not.
MMA fight, and he
So-
got fucking ninja choked.
So I feel like was it Gene Silver, right? Am I saying his name right? Gene Silver?
Yeah, King Silver. Yep.
So I feel like he toyed with him, played with him, and then when he turned it on, he annihilated him. Am I right?
Exactly what happened.
Oh my
Like you
goodness.
just described the fight. Because in the first round, he knows that Bryce Mitchell's grappling is his strong suit. And in the first round, he put his back against the cage and he was like, he like tapped on his leg, like, here, take it. Come take me down. Here.
Violent.
Like, yo. He was like, nigga, I'm gonna do whatever I want to you. And he did whatever he wanted to Bryce Mitchell. And then
did.
barked in his face.
He did. His eyes, he was like
Yo, Bryce Mitchell got those eyes. He got like piercing blue eyes. So when he gets knocked out with his eyes open, bro, that shit is like kind of like fucking.
It's creepy, dude. All right. Next.
So boom. Next, we got
Who we got?
Yair Rodriguez versus the fucking Bellator legend,
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
What a fight.
But Yair Rodriguez outclassed him.
Yes.
If it was Pitbull from maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago,
Different story.
maybe like 2016, 2017, very different fight, very different story, but it's not, and that's how it went down. Yair Rodriguez looked really good. He looked like himself. He looked like, he trained. He had a good camp. He came out. He did what he planned to do, and it went his way.
So I feel like that guy's lead leg, it reminds me of like a jab. He's so flicky with it. It just comes. It just comes. You know what I'm saying?
From any angle.
Any
He could damn
angle.
near throw that shit from the clinch. He throws that shit from right close to you, bro, like right in front of you.
Crazy.
But anyway, that was a good fight.
Very
But
good.
let's, we running short on time here, so let's run
Yo,
through
we
this.
got 7 minutes.
I don't want to short this.
Can't do it.
Listen,
I got to reset.
Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler.
What a fight. What a fight. What a fight.
Jeez.
So wait,
Listen,
I want to fast forward.
Paddy looked amazing. Paddy
Amazing.
looked like top 5 right there.
Amazing. And I want to fast forward real quick. Patty looked amazing. Poor Michael, face all battered, blood everywhere. Colby Covington talking trash. What was he saying to Patty?
He was talking shit like he always does, talking out the side of his fucking neck. But he did say something that was fact.
Which is
like that his last few opponents were on losing streaks. Like his last notable wins, which was Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler and Bobby Green. Bobby Green just came off of L2. You know what I'm saying? So King Green, excuse me, King Green. But and he's fighting, he's moving up in the ranks, but he's fighting guys who are up in the ranks, moving down in the ranks.
Okay, pause. Shout out to Jacob Finfer. He's not in our group, but shout him out anyway. This is what his response to that was. Patty just scored a TKO against Michael Chandler. Kobe has not won a fight with any current ranked welterweight. What more needs to be said? What do you think?
Now, absolutely, fuck Kobe. He's a piece of shit. And he's not good.
Absolutely.
I just seen a stat. No, because I was like, the way I was sounding, like, it kind of sounded like I was saying like, yeah, Kobe's speaking facts, which he was speaking facts, but it's still fuck that nigga. And,
all day.
And if you want to drop gems like that, you want to drop some lines.
5 minutes.
Khabib, who's been retired since 2020, has a win over a ranked opponent who's still active, and Colby Covington doesn't.
Like, hello.
Khabib has a more recent win over a ranked opponent than Colby Covington does. Suck my dick, soft ass nigga.
And so Patty did his thing, beat Chandler. What now? That's the big question. What now? Because he's
give him Sarukian.
Boom. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. And now the main event. Go, cousin.
Yo,
4 minutes.
Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Volkanovski looked like Volkanovski of old. He looked like the Volkanovski that beat Max Holloway 3 times.
Especially the first and second round.
Yes, he looked amazing.
Very dominant.
Fucking Diego Lopez, hell of a fucking chin, boy. That boy, he got cracked a couple times. And he's a banger. You seen Volk's face after the fight?
It looked like he got raped by like 10 gangbangers in jail.
But did you see the significant strike difference?
I missed that. Can you share it with me?
Well, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know that Diego Lopez landed a little bit over half of the strikes that Volkanovski landed. So he was able to do that damage with half the amount of punches.
That kid can punch, man.
Man, that's a motherfucker.
He can take a punch and he could punch.
He'll be back in the title picture real soon. He's one victory away from another title shot, and he's gonna get that one victory. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, yo, Lopez, if by any means, if by any way you see this, keeping it blunt, we respect you. We love you, man. Keep it up, because you're right there, buddy. You are right there.
That back and forth between him and Yair Rodriguez was intense, though. It has something to do with him being Brazilian and claiming Mexico, or him being Mexican and claiming Brazil. I don't know exactly. We'll talk about that shit in another episode.
Yeah, man. that was some girl jumped in on that too. I forget what girl it was. She jumped in on that. Cousin,
but yo,
go ahead.
Hold on, real quick.
Yep.
I want y'all to let us know in the comments. Do y'all feel that Volk is the real champ, or he's just walking around with Ilia Topuria's sloppy seconds belt? Let me know.
I'm gonna answer that for them. Sloppy seconds. Listen, cousin. Hey, before we go, I gotta hit you with a question, America and the world as well. Like, comment, and talk about it in the comments. Gilbert Burns is coming up against Michael Morales, right? Did I say his last name right?
Yeah.
Who you got, cousin?
As much as I love Gilbert Burns and respect him as a legend, I think Michael Morales is gonna have his number.
You know, I sure hope it's gonna be a close one.
But I say that. My bad. But I say that to say this. Gilbert Burns is the true tester in the welterweight division.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can make it just like he tested Khamzat and he let niggas know, like, yo, Khamzat is the real deal.
He's human.
He's the one that you gotta beat to like, he's the gatekeeper.
Word.
So if Michael Morales beats him, then he deserves at least a top 10 opponent, top 5 opponent.
Word. So listen, America and the world, we are super excited as always to chat with you. Cousin, you think they're tired of hearing our voice?
Yes, sir, man. Good to wrap up the card with you. Good to have an episode with you, man. It's been a minute since me and you, dog.
Been a minute, man, but it is good to have an episode with you. You know what I'm saying? We've had all these like guests, bro.
No, we've been doing our thing, man. We're doing our thing, but it's good to squeeze a personal one in there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Thirsty Thursdays. Hopefully they'll make a comeback. We'll see. But for right now, we felt that it was good to bring Thirsty Thursdays back with a dope card like UFC 314, right, cousin?
Yes, sir. But
anyway, and remember,
man,
keep it blunt, baby.
Keeping it blunt out.